Welcome to Escape Rope. That's really the heart of it, isn't it? That amazing thrill of an escape room. You know, that feeling like you've been dropped right into a spy movie, where literally any object could be a clue, and every single shadow could be hiding a secret? It's a game of wits, sharp eyes, and teamwork. So, let's get into it. So, for this mission, you can consider me your game master. I'm here to give you a top secret briefing to kind of pull back the curtain and show you the actual blueprints. Because today, we're not just playing the game, we're going to be the ones designing it. We're learning how to build the perfect trap, how to craft the ultimate challenge. Okay, first things first, we got to get one thing straight. A truly great escape room, it is so much more than just a scavenger hunt. It's not about just finding a key that opens a box. No, it's about solving complex puzzles, breaking codes, and having those incredible aha moments. So right now, we're about to crack open the vault on the 3 core types of puzzles you're going to need to master. This right here, this is the secret sauce. It's all about puzzle flow. Think of it like a chain of discoveries, right? So you find a few random-looking words, which helps you unlock a box. But inside that box isn't the final key. It's a scrambled anagram. Solving that gives you the title of a specific book and a page number, which finally reveals the combination to the main door. See how that works? Every solution is just another stepping stone, not the finish line itself. All right, let's start with the absolute foundation. Numbers. I mean, they are the native language of pretty much every combination lock out there, and they give you endless possibilities for creativity. This is where you really get to test your players' logic and, their attention to detail. The most basic numerical puzzle is often one of the most effective, and that's just simple counting. It forces players to scan the room really, really carefully. You could have them count the red books on a shelf, or the number of buttons on a coat, maybe even the petals on a fake flower. It sounds simple, I know, but you can hide these things in plain sight, which makes sharp observation the real challenge. But why stop there? You can add another layer. Don't just make them count one thing. In this example, players have to sort a whole jar of buttons by different attributes, both the color and the number of holes. Then, you hit them with an equation. So they take the number of buttons with 4 holes, that's 15, and subtract the red ones, which is 9, that gives them 6. Then they take the buttons with 2 holes, 14, and subtract the black ones, 4, for a total of 10. Add those 2 results together, and you get your code, 16. It's a puzzle inside a puzzle. Of course, you're not just going to write 16 on the wall, right? You've got to disguise it. You could use the hands of a clock to point to 3 and 10, or use tally marks scratched into a wall. Write it out in Roman numerals, or maybe tap it out in Morse code. You could even use something like popsicle sticks to form the shapes of numbers on a digital display. Seriously, the more creative you get with the disguise, the more rewarding that discovery feels. Okay, let's switch gears to our second category. If numbers are all about logic, then words are the mystery. Coded messages, ciphers, clever wordplay. This is where you get to create those spine-tingling moments when a total jumble of nonsense suddenly just clicks into place and becomes a game-changing clue. This is a classic, and for good reason. The Caesar cipher is super elegant and actually really easy to set up. You just decide on a shift number, let's say 3. That means every A in your message becomes a D, every B becomes an E, and so on. It just wraps around at the end of the alphabet. It's a simple substitution that can turn a vital clue into complete gibberish, at least until your players find the key. And here's what that looks like in action, with a really simple 1-letter shift. Every S in your message becomes a T, every N becomes an O. So the word sneakers suddenly becomes this nonsensical TOFBLFST. All your players have to do is figure out that shift number, or maybe find a cipher wheel you've hidden, and bam, they can crack the code. Hey, let's try one right now. Anagrams are another fantastic word puzzle. All the letters for the answer are right there in front of you. They're just scrambled up into different words. So what secret message is hidden in lim omission spies? Go on, take a second. Mission impossible. See? That is the aha moment we're talking about. Just imagine your players' excitement when they finally unscramble that phrase and realize it's the password for a computer or maybe the title of a movie they need to find on a shelf. What a rush. And if you want a more visual twist, you've got the Pigpen cipher. It uses a simple grid system, kind of like a tic-tac-toe board, to assign a unique geometric shape to each letter. Your clue goes from being a word to a series of these really cryptic symbols. It feels ancient, mysterious, and it is so satisfying for players to decode.
All right, our final category takes us out of our heads and puts the clues right into our hands. Physical puzzles are absolutely crucial for making the room feel real and interactive. This is where your players get to actually touch, manipulate, and assemble things to reveal their secrets. You'd be amazed at how the most mundane objects can become these brilliant puzzles. You could have players assemble a jigsaw puzzle only to find out the real clue is a message written on the back, or arrange a few playing cards to spell out a word like ace. My personal favorite? Freeze a key in a big block of ice, forcing players to figure out how to melt it. A simple deck of cards or a handful of Scrabble tiles can become the absolute key to everything.
Now, let's take this one step further. We talked about using a clock's time, but what about the literal shapes of the hands themselves? I mean, look closely here. You can draw lines that mimic the shape of clock hands pointing to different numbers. It's such a clever way to hide a sequence of numbers in what at first glance just looks like some abstract drawing. So cool. So, there you have it. The blueprints are all laid out. The core components of puzzle design, numbers, words, and objects, they're all in your arsenal now. The only thing left is for you to pick up the tools and start building. Okay, here is your final mission briefing. Number 1, always layer your puzzles. Make one solution lead directly to the next problem. 2, vary the challenges. Mix it up. Use some math, then a cipher, then a hands-on physical task to keep players engaged. 3, use everyday objects. Hide your secrets in plain sight. And finally, and this is probably the most crucial point, test everything. A good puzzle is challenging, a broken one is just frustrating. You are now the game master. You have the knowledge to build a world of mystery, of intrigue, of discovery, all from scratch. So the only question that remains is this: what world will you build, and what secrets will you lock away, just waiting to be found? End transmission.